back to my channel and thank you so much for being here today. If you're new to my channel, welcome to Freedom Flower. So today, as you guys already know, it's the month of October, which if you don't know is my favorite month of the year because Halloween, of course. But I'm going to be doing like a spooky Q&A, which I'm sure a lot of people have done already because what's October without a spooky Q&A? So I basically went on like this website and googled spooky Q&A questions and found like 30 of them. And I believe I picked out maybe 25 or so. So I'm just gonna be answering those today for you guys. You know, just typical questions about like scary movies and monsters and things like that. So if that interests you guys, I'm just gonna get right into the video. Okay, so the first question is, what is your favorite horror like song? Basically, this is super basic of me, but honestly, my favorite horror song is Monster Mash. I know it's literally the most basic one out there and everyone knows it, but it's so fun to dance to. I mean, you can literally play it at any Halloween party and everyone has a blast and everyone starts dancing. It's just the song that gets you in the mood for Halloween.
She did the mash. The Monster Mash.
Question number 2 is, what is something you wouldn't want to run into while exploring like a dark forest or an abandoned building? Honestly, like, I don't know, because I'm like one of those people who like when I'm in a place that's known to be haunted, I love when things happen. I like to get like a reaction. I like to see like spirits and things like that. Like I'm the first person to be like, we should like stick around and see if something happens. So like, I don't know, honestly, like I personally would love to see something. Like I'd want to see like a spirit or something. What would you do in a situation like that? Comment down below. Would you run? Would you stand still? Like just comment that down below because I want to know what you guys would do. Question number 3, have you ever played with a Ouija board? You guys, I've played with a Ouija board countless times and honestly, like I love them. I have been wanting to actually purchase one myself, which my mom is like completely against things like that lately. Like a lot of things have been pulling her away from things like that and she's just like, don't do it, whatever, and she's sort of been keeping me from doing that. I have a homemade Ouija board that I actually made with my partner before and it's kind of cool. I mean, we haven't used it in probably like 4 years now, but I literally love using Ouija boards. I don't recommend them because they can be very tricky and you don't want to mess with the spirit world. You don't want to anger spirits, so don't recommend that. But if you have used a Ouija board before, leave your experience down in the comments below. I'd love to hear like what happened while you were using it. Did you get an interaction? Did something like respond to you? Did something happen around the area when you used it? I'd love to know. Okay, so question number 4 is your favorite like monster from a horror film. And honestly, I don't know. I'm gonna have to say, I know this is stupid, probably stupid to a lot of people, but Jeepers Creepers. When I was a kid, any Jeepers Creepers movie would put me over the edge. Like I was freaking terrified, you guys. He's like a freaking giant bat from hell. And like there was this one episode where they were like, I was so little when I watched it too, but there was this one episode where there was like these high schoolers on a bus and he literally swoops down and like rips the freaking top of the bus open and tears them out. Like it was scary, okay? I may be a softie for that, but Jeepers Creepers was terrifying for me when I was younger and my parents allowed me to watch scary movies at a very young age, so you could just say that I was pretty traumatized. Okay, so number 5 is the creepiest thing that's ever happened when you were alone. Okay, so I don't know if this counts, but sleep paralysis. This one time I had this dream of sleep paralysis. It was so terrifying, like it felt absolutely real. But like I was laying in bed and then all of a sudden I got the urge to get up and I got up. Mind you, this is while I'm sleeping. During the sleep paralysis, of course, but like I got up. As I was walking through the doorway, there was this black demon-like figure that grabbed my shoulders and stretched my body. Like my feet didn't even come off of the ground. It pulled my body and my body stretched all the way up to the ceiling. And then I woke up. Most terrifying thing I've ever experienced in my life. Now, if we're speaking like experience-wise, like in a room, I have a cousin named Destiny and I used to go to her house, and her house, I don't care what anyone says, that house is haunted. My aunt doesn't think it is, but it was so haunted. And like there was this one time that we were all sleeping and I swear, like I opened my eyes. It was like probably like 3 in the morning, middle of the night, just pitch black, and I saw a glowing orb coming towards my face. So I immediately closed my eyes and pretended I was sleeping because I was so spooked. Like I didn't want, when I'm in a, like if something happens sometimes, because like I said before, I love getting an interaction, but like when I'm actually in the moment and something's happening, I don't like to acknowledge it. Like I like to see it, but I don't like to acknowledge it's there, because like if you acknowledge it, it's gonna keep messing with you. But if you don't acknowledge it, I mean, they usually go away. That's from my experience though. I don't know about you guys, but whenever there's some sort of paranormal activity, I just like pretend I don't know what's there, but I'm still intrigued by it, of course. So yeah, there was like this glowing orb in my face. I don't know if you believe it or not, you don't have to, but it was freaking terrifying. One of the most terrifying experiences I've ever had. Okay, question number 6. Would you spend the night in a haunted house or woods if dared? Definitely, except I'd have to lay a few terms down. I'd have to be able to bring at least 1 or 2 friends, and I'd have to be able to leave if like something so spooky happens that we're like terrified for our lives or something like that, which I doubt that it would. But you never know. I mean, sometimes when you enter the space of a spirit, sometimes they find it sacred, and if they are angry, then they'll react. So, I mean, you just never know. I mean, I don't want things flying at me and all of that stuff, but I would totally stay the night in like an abandoned haunted house or building or something if someone dared me. Okay, question number 7. Are you superstitious? It's actually funny because I'm not anymore. When I was younger, I was always told things like, oh, if you cross the path of a black cat, you'll be cursed, yada, yada, yada. But that's so untrue. Like, black cats are not bad. I love black cats. They're actually like my favorite. I freaking love black cats. I used to always believe that if you open an umbrella in a house that you'd get like 7 years of bad luck and stuff like that too. But I don't really believe in that anymore. Do you know how many times I've done that and I don't have like horrible luck or anything like that? So I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm superstitious, honestly. I do have beliefs with certain things that, you know, disrespecting spirits of, you know, other cultures or things like that. But like in general, no, I'm not superstitious at all. Okay, question number 8. Which legend like scares you the most? Honestly, they don't really scare me. The whole legend about Jason, as I grew up, I was terrified of it, but like things like that don't really scare me anymore. I don't know. I used to be really scared of stuff like that, but it just doesn't scare me anymore, you guys. I don't know. I don't get scared that easily. Question number 9, gore or thrillers? I personally am all about the blood and gore. I love, like, I know it's crazy, but I love the serial killer psycho movies with the crazy killers who like literally just find the most just obnoxious ways to kill their victims. I love movies like that. I know it sounds probably a little crazy, but who doesn't love a good like horror film? Who doesn't? And thrillers, honestly, I like thrillers, and I like the feeling of like, you know, being like the intense feeling of like over time feeling more scared when it leads up to like the actual whatever is gonna happen. But like in general, I love blood and gore. Definitely a thumbs up for me. Leave down below which one you would pick. Number 10, do you ever see figures in your peripheral vision? I'm not gonna say peripheral vision for me. Honestly, it's not a peripheral vision thing for me. I see figures all of the time. Like I said before, I don't acknowledge them because it could be freaking terrifying, and who wants to just acknowledge a spirit and let it know like that you know it's there, because it's going to continue to bother you. I'm super into that sort of thing. I'm like the main person who like I acknowledge those things, or I'll tell someone like, oh my god, did you see that? And people usually like to ignore it also, but I don't know. Yeah, I see figures all the time. I feel like that's one of my gifts though. Not sure if you guys are believers in that, but it's always been a gift of mine. I can see things that most people can't see. Like, it's the truth. I don't know. Number 11. Do you believe in multiple dimensions or worlds? Yes, definitely. Like, I definitely believe in multiple dimensions and other worlds. We are ourselves are multidimensional beings. Like, we literally... This is a video for another time. I'm gonna get into dimensions with you guys another time, but yes, there are definitely multiple dimensions, and we live on all planes. Spiritual, physical, mental, like, that's just the way it is, guys. Question number 12, have you ever made a potion of some sort? Yes, I've made plenty of potions. This is a witchy channel for those of you who don't know. I make potions all of the time. I don't call them potions. A lot of the time I'll call them tinctures, things like that. Only oral ones, of course, but yes, I've made plenty of tinctures, oils, potions. Question number 13, do you scare easily? No, I do not scare easily. Like I said before, I don't scare easily, you guys, honestly. It depends. Like, honestly, if everyone gets scared, like when your sister, brother, cousin, uncle, whatever, hides behind a wall and jumps out. Like, of course you're gonna get scared because you're not like aware of that. But when you're in a situation of something spooky, like spirits, whatever, like if you're with friends, somewhere haunted, a haunted house, I don't scare too easily. Like, I get the sensation through my body of feeling fear, but like I'm not gonna like scream or jump or act, you know, out of hand, you know what I mean? It's just not that serious to me anymore. Now, younger me, that's the person to ask that question, because when I was young, I was terrified of everything, and I mean literally everything. But that's what I get for watching scary movies when I'm young, you know what I mean? My parents used to let me watch horrible scary movies at such a young age, but I think that's what molded me into who I am today. Question number 14. Do you believe in demons or the devil? This is a tricky question due to my beliefs. Obviously I grew up Christian, like I told you guys, so the devil has always been something that's been a part of my, it's been like integrated in my beliefs, and it's something I can't really let go of fully. Like, I believe that there's a darker being, of course, because we all believe there's, well, not all of us, but most of us believe there's a creator or source or a higher being. I, for one, believe that there's a higher being, but I also believe that there's a darker, lower vibrational being that preys on the innocent and weak. So yeah, I guess you could say maybe the devil. I don't know what you'd call it in your beliefs, but yeah. As for demons, demons are definitely a thing. You can get them attached to you, and you can definitely come across the wrong energies and entities. So definitely believe in demons, you guys. Question number 15. You're home alone and you hear footsteps. What do you do? If we're being real here, if I heard footsteps, I probably wouldn't do anything, because we hear footsteps and things like that in our house all the time. My partner's always like, oh, it was so creepy last night. Like, I was sitting by myself and I heard like the back door, because sometimes I'll go out on like late night bike rides, and he'll usually tell me like sometimes he'll call me and he's like, are you back? And I'm like, no, I actually, like, I'm not even close to the house. And he's like, I swear I heard the back door open. Like, I swear it was like loud and clear. And I'm just like, no, I'm not home. So yeah, I mean, honestly, if I were home and I heard things, I probably wouldn't really do anything. But like, if it were a serious situation and I heard actual like real footsteps and I just knew someone was in my house, I'd be out of here like in 0.2 seconds, you guys. Or I'd probably be the first to grab a knife. I don't know. I can't tell you unless I'm actually in the situation, but that's what I'm assuming I would do. Question number 16. If you had to wear a costume for the rest of your life, what would it be? I think that one's pretty obvious. I'd be a witch. I mean, because I am a witch. So like, if I were to wear a costume, or like I could go full out like costume, it'd be a witch. And I'd be able to wear my pokey hat all the time and, carry around my broom. It'd be great. I totally would do that, you guys. It'd be witch, of course. If I had to make a second choice apart from a witch, I would honestly probably be like a fairy. I would be a fairy. Like, if I had to pick something else, I'd be a fairy for the rest of my life. I'd love to dress as a fairy, wear some beautiful wings, and like just walk around with my sparkles and my glitter. And I don't know. I'm a girly girl at heart. Like, I can be very tomboyish. I guess I'm sort of more like gender neutral, but like I can be a girly girl at heart, you guys. Question number 17. Would you go to a graveyard at night? Yes, actually. I've been to a graveyard at night as like a younger kid. I've walked through graveyards at night. We used to live at this one house that was terrifying. Every time, like, it was right next to a graveyard, and we'd walk at night, and every time I walked through the graveyard, I'd see, like, I swear I'd see spirits everywhere. It was freaking terrifying, you guys. But yes, I'd totally go to a graveyard at night. Question number 18. Would you rather go trick-or-treating or to a Halloween party? Well, if you're like me, honestly, I'm 22, for those of you who don't know, but I would totally go trick-or-treating still. If, like, I had a group of friends who would go with me, definitely would go trick-or-treating. But knowing me, I would go trick-or-treating, and then I'd go to, like, a late-night party afterwards. Like, who doesn't want to go to a Halloween party? You can't really pick in between that, you guys. It's not a fair question. But if I did have to pick, it'd probably be the Halloween party, because that'd be where most of my crowd would be. Number 19. What was your first Halloween costume? Oh my gosh, you guys. I actually have a picture that I'm going to insert here. But me and my twin sister were pumpkins. We were cute little pumpkins. I swear, it's the cutest picture. We're fraternal twins, so we don't look much alike, but in this picture, I felt like we looked a lot alike. We were the cutest little pumpkins. But yes, when I was 1, my first costume was a pumpkin. Alright, you guys, this is the last question. Question number 20. If you could have one spooky pet, what would it be? And then they gave the options: owl, rat, wolf, or bat, or cat. That one is a hard one, because owls are one of my all-time favorite creatures. Like, I freaking love owls. I've always wanted to have like my pet owl, like Harry Potter. I love owls and they hold a lot of wisdom, but they're just really quiet and they're not that interactive. So I would probably honestly choose a cat because, you know, I could play with a cat and have fun, and they're so cute and they're cuddly. Yeah, I'd probably have to choose cat if I really had to pick one, but I love owls. All right, so I think that pretty much wraps it up today, you guys. This was an actually really fun video. I didn't think it was gonna be as fun as it was. I really enjoy answering these questions for you guys. I even like kind of like tried to go all out and wore like my little pumpkin. I have like this cute little pumpkin necklace. I even have pumpkin earrings. I tried to like be spooky, and then I even have like the Wicked, and then I have like the spooky in the background, and I bought like this cute little flickering lantern and like a pumpkin and the skull. I don't know. I tried to be all spooky, you guys. I tried to be with the whole trend. It's October. I love Halloween decorations, so I figured why not like try to go all out if I'm gonna do it. I want to know what you guys are gonna be for Halloween this year, so definitely leave that down in the comments below. Comment what you're gonna be for Halloween this year. I'm not gonna spoil that for you guys yet. A lot of you might already know because I tweeted about it and asked your guys' opinions, and it blew up and got like 1,000 favorites. So we're gonna do that, but I'm not gonna tell you guys what it is yet. You guys will see because I'm doing a video on it, so stay tuned for that. But I really hope you guys have an awesome Halloween, an awesome October, Thanksgiving, like November, fall season in general is my fave. So like, honestly, like, you guys, I hope you have a lot of fun. Again, thank you for watching my video today. As I always say, do a good deed, spread that lunar love, and peace and love, man.
Thank you.